All right, we're going to call this meeting to order at 6 o'clock. Glad to see everybody out here tonight. Hope everybody has some good holiday time. Would anybody like to give us a word of invocation? Okay.
Father, we come to you this afternoon to praise your holy name and thank you for the many blessings that you've given us, Father. May we conduct our business tonight in an orderly and godly fashion, Father, that we might help this community to grow, Father, and to share the fellowship that we have, Father. I ask all this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pat. We're a little short-handed tonight, so we're all kind of doing double duty up here. So I'm going to do the roll call for the officers. Mildred, she's absent. Malia, I'm present. Max? Donna?
Present.
Onzel? Absent. Sue?
Here.
Okay. Let the minutes reflect that we have a quorum of officers present. Okay, now we'll have the reading of the minutes.
Chakota Indian Community meeting Monday, December the 12th, 2022 at 6 p.m. Meeting was called to order at 6:04 p.m. by Mildred Burkhalter. Invocation given by Pat Longcrier. Roll call, all persons present, officers present. Motion to use sign-in sheet as a roll call by Lily Hill, second by Celeste Lee. Motion carried. Reading of minutes by Donna Williams. Motion to approve minutes as read by Pat Longcrier, second by Joyce Weeks. Motion carried. National Council representatives. Daryl gave update on items for planning session and answered questions. Creek Nation tribal representatives and speakers, none were present. Reports. The smoke shop report given by Mildred Burkhalter. Community and CMD report given by Sue Henson. Motion to approve reports as read by Tanya Waldo and second by Sunny Fish. Motion carried. Community issues. Discussed security cameras. New business, community issues. Community applied for diabetic clinic grant of $25,000. Election board needs everyone to update their files before March. The community donated $380 for a CN Angel Tree clothing for the Creek Nation holiday. Malaya gave dates for Creek Nation holiday closings. Announcements, giveaways given. Benediction given by Mildred Burkhalter. Adjourned, motion to adjourn by Pat Longcrier, second by Joyce Weeks. Motion carried. Time of adjournment was 7:25 p.m. Thank you.
Hey, you heard the reading of the minutes. Can I get a motion and a second to approve the minutes as read?
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Motion by Lisa Robinson, second by Pat Longcrier. Okay, can I have a show of hands? Motion carried. Y'all getting nervous when I'm doing this, okay? I'm sorry. Even though I've done it before, I'm getting nervous. And I did forget one step, and sorry if it's not what I'm supposed to do, but on the roll call, I need a motion and a second to use the sign-in sheet as the official roll call for members.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Pat, second by Homer. Okay, all in favor? All right, motion carried. Thank you. Do we have any national council reps here tonight with us? Okay, I don't see any. I do see our Miko Hill here tonight. If you'd like to come up and say a few words.
See if I can make it without my cane.
Uh-oh.
Had a total knee replacement 3 weeks ago. If I stand on my left, I'm 5'9.5". If I stand on my right, I'm 5'8". I got mine back there. And thank you. It's been a while since I've been here, and ever since we opened fully up, it's just been busy. So tonight, which I got a call a while ago, Okmulgee said, "Hey, can you come by our meeting?" I said, "Well, I'm going to Shakota first, and I'm going there." The last time I was almost halfway up here, but that's when that little boy in Okima, they found him, he was deceased. So I turned around and they wanted me to come out there. So I think that was the last time I was able to make it. But just kind of give you a little update. Like I said, once we fully open, it's just been busy. Different conferences I had to go to, NCAI, Intertribal, and mostly on the same thing. How's McGirt impacted you? Yeah, I told them the same thing. We just outgrew ourselves. That's one of the best way I can explain it. Even the new chief of staff I got, it's Jeff Five. Most of y'all, he's a former council rep. He worked for 3 administrations before, and he even noticed it. He said, "We just grew without growing with it." And after the Supreme Court ruling, our district court, our attorney general, Lighthorse, Children and Family Services, we just some of them almost double our Lighthorse. I think we're up to 80 individuals. We just actually doubled in size, but currently working on that. And I'm still working on, and it should be finalized to present to the council next week, is a master plan that Chief Floyd had originally done. Seemed like each administration has a master plan, but we just never acted on it. But it's one of the things I want to do. Again, we're running out of space. So instead of going to one building to another building, what Chief Floyd originally had, I had to put that building up 4 stories. So you'll have social services, all the services that you need under one building. So that way you just have one stop. The only one is tag office. Since they're independent agency, they just elected to go kind of off the campus. Other than that, that's the only one. So do have that new district court with all these cases that the attorney general, they want a new building, and we're doing that. It's going to have, I think, last time I looked, it had 3 courthouses. I mean, we can keep them busy almost every day. Lighthorse Department's another one. So currently working on that, and we're presenting the plans to the National Council on Planning Session. And the tag office, which we opened one up in Coweta, Okima, then one up Riverwalk. And as of today, they exceeded what they determined what they was going to, what they projected. She reported out this morning, since we opened, 1 million is what they've made. I mean, that's almost triple the size. And that's including, we offer the tags if you live, as long as you live in Oklahoma, even if you live outside of the reservation, you can get a tag.
I'm sorry, I was just asked this weekend that my grandson who lives in Oklahoma City, what is the nearest place?
Actually, we're getting ready to, she's gonna make an announcement. Closest one would be Okima, if he wants to drive there. If it's a new tag, you almost have to be in person. If it's a renewal, they can just mail that in. It's real fast on renewal if you do it on your app. But she's going to announce that she's going to go to our building in Oklahoma City. I'm gonna say within the next week, if I can get a number from one of y'all, and she'll post it, and we'll post it on our Facebook page. So we'll have it available for people in Oklahoma City, I'm sorry. She's gonna do it for 1 month. Now, if she sees a lot more coming in, she may do twice a month. She may do 3 times a month, or just determine how many people show up.
And how will it be announced? Will they know she's up there or?
On our, probably our website and our Facebook page. But I'll, if I can get the numbers, I'll get their email address, because they'll probably have your contact. And maybe, do y'all have a Facebook page too? Website, you do? And they can post on there too. But yeah, we're gonna start offering that. And I did tell Mary, our tax commissioner, that I'm also looking at, maybe here Shakota, Muskogee, or Eufaula, whichever area that we can find somewhere local, trying to hit all 4 spots. That's same with the Light Horse. We're looking at different areas. It's almost at the hub zone will be Okmulgee, but we're gonna have to expand out to 4 north, south, east, and west. Just have to get them all. Our Loop Square, I don't know if anyone's been there. That's doing great. They projected a lot what they had, but we're exceeding that, so it's going good. At the end of the month on the 28th, I'm doing my State of the Nation. For 4 years, this will be my second one, because with COVID, I didn't get to do it 2021 or 2022. So that's invited to everyone. So if you don't have anything planned on 28, if you want to hear me talk, that's up to you. But the first time when COVID hit, no one was coming to the office or anything. I did a virtual quarterly session on video in which we showed pictures, and we got a great response on that. So I think, and that's what I told my press secretary, we're sit down, write our speech, but also want photos to go behind it. So that way you can see on the back behind me, and photos to go with what the speech is going to be about. This week is Intertribal. It's which Seminole Nation usually hosts it, but not having a casino hotel. We're going to host it at River Spirit. That's normally Wednesday. It'll start Wednesday afternoon, and it's usually the realty department. And they'll go Thursdays, all the breakout sessions you want to go to. And Friday is the general session where the 5 tribal leaders will give out their report, special guests that we'll have to give out a speech, usually IHS and someone from BIA will be there on Friday. But other than that, everything's just been busy as normal. I mean, well, more busier than what it's been since we opened up. But do you have any questions before I? Yes, sir. Tell us about the ranch. The ranch is going good. It's not finalized yet, and I haven't told the council, so you'll know first. We are working with the company that's wanting to lease part of our ranch for business. It's like probably a 5-year guaranteed. So, but the ranch is doing good. All the cattle that we had in Dustin area, the ranches and farm that we had there, we currently have them at Loop Square Ranch. So it's going good. A lot of head of cows. I'm hearing that there's deer on the ranch as well. So, but it's going good. Now, if most of y'all don't know where Loop Square meat processing plant is at, it's right beside Duck Creek Casino, just right south of that. Get a chance, stop by. Got some. Now, some of the meat may be a little bit higher, but it's farm fed. It's good meat. So if y'all get a chance, we did buy, I think it was 12 to probably 2 months after we opened it, bought over 1,200 pounds of buffalo from Osage Nation, and it sold out within a week. So we're talking to them and another tribe up north that they have a lot of bison that we may try to work joint with them to start having some of our some more bison there, some buffalo meat. Buffalo bison, yeah. I call them buffalo. I think people call them bison, but I don't know the difference. there anything else? Any questions?
I was just curious as to, we put in here for expansion on our, smoke shop down on Texas Road. Has there any been any kind of talk about that?
I haven't heard anything. Have y'all talked to representative?
No, Daryl's supposed to be getting back with it.
Okay, the expansion on the smoke shop? What was the information you needed?
Just how long it would take and about when it's gonna get started.
Okay, you know if they submitted legislation or anything?
No,
to-
not at this time. I believe it had to do with the staff changeover. It kind of fell in the cracks when with your contract, Tony, when he left. And it kind of fell by the wayside after that, but I think they're starting to work on it again.
Okay, I'll get with him in the morning.
Okay.
I'll get with Jesse and they, Brad Fox is.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll check on that and hopefully if I'm back next month, or I'll have someone, I'll send something to them so they can report out. Is there any other question?
Did anything ever get decided about the property by the casino in Muskogee?
The what?
The property by the casino in Muskogee that.
Oh, the old Plaza place?
Not the, convenience store gas station.
Yeah, that Plaza place that used to be there, they haven't said, I haven't been to gaming's meeting probably about a month, but I'll reach out to them. I know they had a hard, somehow when they redid the construction, it flooded again. I don't know if it got to that place, but I was gonna reach out to them. If they're not gonna use it, maybe we can use that as, have a light horse station there. At least try to utilize it best we can. But I'll find out on that. Y'all give me a lot to look up, but that's okay. That's the information you need to know. Is there anything else? I see somebody thinking back there. Anything from the board?
You know, we're always wondering what they're gonna do with Fountainhead. We always have been under the assumption that maybe that their plans for Fountainhead, the area was too small, actually.
Mhm.
Didn't have enough land there to make what you actually had thought about making. But I can't, there's not a person in here that didn't have a relative or 3 or 4 have been employed out there. And I see them more every day. I don't know why they couldn't make something to fit that area.
Well,
Because that place made money, I mean, at one time.
they're always saying that, you know, I heard the gaming said that they did 2 or 3 traffic studies to
Right.
see, to draw traffic, because they feel like it's kind of like a more 3 or 4 month, kind of like off season where no one's playing golf. But I know me and Second Chief talked about it. You know, a lot of our kids love to play softball. Fast pitch, maybe put a park out there or something. I even brought up, y'all may think this is funny, but are we on, who's on Zoom?
There are a lot of people.
Okay, I may wait to announce that, but I always wanted to do something at the lake to draw more people, more tourists.
Oh, it's great.
To come.
place.
Yeah, there's some things that myself, Second Chief Beaver and Chief of Staff Jeff had talked about. What else can we do to draw more people to Fountain? I know it's a little bit of drive, but once you get there, you know, there's some opportunities. I think we can do something.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
It's
I
a great
thought
place.
one time we
Now,
had
I
talked
picked
about
gaming
it.
before, and my idea, I haven't heard nothing back.
I understand, but we just keep us in mind down here because it was a big economic, opportunity for this area.
We were looking at property, it's 100-something acres up here, and then it worked out. But doing a joint venture with there's a lot bigger convenience store corporation, I guess I could say. But they have to do their traffic study as well. And for some reason, they said that the traffic study here didn't get that much. That's hard to believe. They don't count on the trucks. They look at the vehicles coming. So you get both. I mean, especially during the summertime, you know, Fountainhead or you follow lakes always having fishing tournament. So it does draw a lot.
Excuse me.
So I think after the casino and everything
Excuse me.
up here, you follow, it's going to draw more attention. But we are looking, I think just something that myself, second chief staff, if you were gaming, just throw the ideas out, you know, because they're, you know, they're separate LLC company and kind of let them run their own business. I'll bring that up again too. Is there anything else? Surely not, surely.
Have we, can you hear me?
I
On
think
Zoom?
you already mentioned it earlier, I'll make sure all your information is updated.
Chief Hill, can on
I
Zoom?
am leaving tomorrow, go to Harvard. Actually come up on tribal building. Or that's what most of them ask. NCAI had asked the same thing on the Supreme Court ruling. Had to discuss how our nation, that's one of the first things I told them. It's not a bad thing or a good thing, but whenever COVID hit, one of the things that we identified was technology. You know, everything was Zoom, and I just kind of went off from there due to the pandemic. You know, one of the main things we want to do is keep our elders safe, offering the shots and our fluent speakers. That was one of the things I asked the language department was how many fluent speakers we have. And they said, oh, probably around 50 or 60. I said, that's wrong. Because, you know, my ceremonial ground's out Fusky, so I can at least identify 20 there. And each ceremonial ground plus the churches, you know, you're going to find at least 10. So I know Dr. Randall had that language symposium this summer, and that was a big turnout. So I directed him, when he was my Secretary of Education, told him, let's look into immersion school. But that was one of the things, you have the teachers that have the certificate or they're certified to teach. And that's what I told him, you know, my mom, my sisters, my brothers are fluent, 100% fluent, but mom can't get up here and teach. I said, if you stay with her for a whole year, you walk in the door, nothing's but Creek language, said you'll learn how to speak within a year. But just having them teachers that are, or your fluent speakers that are teachers, that's what Dr. Randall identified too. So he had his first committee meeting. We selected around 12 to be on this committee to start putting a kind of like curriculum and how to start revitalization, what he was saying, our language back. So they had their first meeting, and it was almost a year process to get everything done. But real proud of Dr. Randall and Kayla Harjo, our Secretary of Education, putting this together. So it's a little bit longer process what we thought. It's something that just don't happen overnight. You know, we're definitely doing that. Is there a?
I got asked to be part of that.
Oh, didn't you?
Yeah.
Were you on that? Okay, were you sitting in the front?
I don't know.
Okay. There was somebody I was going down through trying to recognize, said, now who's those two? So you're part of that? Yeah. So what's your thoughts about that?
I think it's gonna be something neat, and
Yeah.
we know Jake Bott, you know, he
Mhm.
likes it beside me.
Oh,
And he
okay,
brought
yeah.
up something, you know, he said that he, you know, once we get these younger, you know, students such as him and Will Darrell,
Mhm.
you know, to learn to speak, and then they'll be able to teach, because I think he was referring to me, you know, because that's gonna be years down the processes, I mean, down the road for the immersion school.
It
You
is.
know, I mean, I'm a certified teacher and I would love to teach, but I'm gonna have to teach somebody else.
It
in the
is.
Process,
Yeah.
because I feel like, you know, in a few years, this, like, you know, the speakers have been going, you know.
We lost quite a few.
Yeah, and anyway, that's what we're in the process of doing. you know, teach the younger kids, and there were several.
Mhm.
that were younger That are interested in that, you know, are doing really good.
And what I liked, it was a mixture. You had some ceremony ground, you had some church, and you had the younger ones like Jay and, oh, I still call him Little Daryl. He's about this tall,
Mommy,
but yeah,
mommy.
but he's, you know, they've learned. You know,
Yeah.
they've learned.
They used to attend the language camps
Mhm.
years ago when they were younger, and I used to be able to volunteer. They would ask me to volunteer during the summers, and they always, I've seen them grow. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot.
And that's what it takes. You know, it starts from the younger. Younger ones seem to learn because, you know, I can teach what I can with my grandkids. I went from 7, 9 to 11 in 1 year. I got 11 grandkids, so, but they're all learning.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I'm excited about it. It's something I've always, you know, wanted to be a part of.
Mhm. And like Dr. Randall said, we, the executive branch, we totally support that. You know, something that should have happened years ago, you know, because you're right. 2020, 2021, I mean, we just estimated we lost probably 250. And we lost more just this year alone, or last year, 2022. A lot of history, people that knew the history, knowledge, and tradition and language. Is there anything else? All good, no complaints or anything? Now, one thing I will say, I've been, one of the things that even when I was on the council, I stressed to my cabinet this morning, phone calls. I said, you gotta start answering, you gotta answer or respond back, call them back. It's one of the things I get quite a bit, and I said, I want to stop that. So that may be in one of my destination. Not, you know, I know they're overloaded, a lot of them, because we get a lot of calls throughout the day. But that's one of the things that I stress is returning phone calls. And I'm one of them. I looked at my email, I went from Oklahoma City, don't throw rocks at me, but I attended inauguration. So, yeah, it was probably 20 of us, 20 tribal leaders out of 39 showed up. You know, regardless who won the governor's race, we still got to work with them. And that's what I've been telling them. It didn't matter because I got a call that next morning right after the election, said regardless who won, we still have to work with them. And that is our goal, to work whoever's in that seat. But in return, they have to work with us as well. You know, we're equal government as the state of Oklahoma. But it was, I guess it was a good event. He did recognize us. We did sit in front of all the senators, Congress, whoever was there, their elected officials. We were sitting in front of them, so he did acknowledge us, so that was good, I guess. Other than that, if that's, I think most of y'all had my email address, phone number. If there's any questions, just send me a notice, and I'm gonna head down to Okmulgee. So, and I'll try to attend as much as I can. I know I missed a couple, but try to attend much as I can. So next time you see me, I may be 5, 9.
All right. Any more Creek Nation speakers here tonight? No? Okay, we're down to reports for the smoke shop and the community. So I'm going to read the smoke shop report for the month of December. We had income of $146,146.3109. We had a total of cost of goods sold at $117,238.27. So we had a profit of $28,792.82. But for the month, we had a negative $15,134.07. And that is basically due to, we had 3 pay periods in the month of December. So, you know, that will cause a little bit of a shortage for us. Smoke shop number 2 for the month of December, we had a income of $131,798. Cost of goods sold was $109, $109,525.23. Profit of $22,272.77. And then our net income for the month for smoke shop number 2 was $6,442.65. About the community report.
Good evening. Okay, for our community, our total expense for December was $3,160.52. And our net income was $24,592.59. And in our accounts, in our Armstrong operation, we have $8,115.86. And our Armstrong's, our BOK, we have $162,384.48. And our Armstrong's CICC special, we have $7,491.85. And our First Family Credit Union, we have $205,647.01. And our Elders account, we have $3,791.20. In our Tulsa Teachers Credit Union, we have $199,746.48. In our Tulsa Teachers Credit Union number 2, we have $30,021.45. In our CMD funds, our total expense for December was $920.80. That left a net income of a minus $12,377.68. In our checking, they have $2,014.93. Thank you.
Okay, you've heard the reading of the minutes for the smoke shops 1 and 2 and the community and the CMD funds. Can I get a motion and a second to approve the minutes as read?
I'll make the motion.
I'll say.
Motion by Lisa, second by Homer. Is there any questions? All right, all in favor? All right. Motion carried. All right, we're down to old business. Is there any old business we need to discuss? Anything from the floor? All right, moving on. New business, any community issues? I just got a couple. First of all, we on the diabetes, we talked about that last month with the $25,000 grant that we received. We have received the funds. We are going to do a sign up until January the 27th for anyone that wants to participate in this program. We haven't yet finalized the specifics of everything that we're going to do, but we need to get a count of how many people is wanting to participate in this program. So we'll start a sign up sheet tonight and it'll run until the 27th. All right, the next thing she wanted me to bring up was she wants to know if there would be anybody interested in going to the Pioneer Woman in Pawhuska at the end of this month or the first part of February. And if there is, I'm going to have a sign up sheet and it'll be for the people who are here tonight at the meeting.
Malia,
Yes,
here, Vicky, on Zoom,
yes,
does that include the Zoom people as
Yes.
well?
yes, yeah. Anybody that's on Zoom that's participating in the meeting.
Excuse me.
Yes.
What does the Pioneer want? That knows program. What is it about?
She's just a kind of a celebrity as far as she's a chef. and she has her own building and everything in Paul Huska. That's about it. I mean, it's kind of like,
Oh, okay.
oh yeah, that's right, that you guys stopped there, yeah, on the way back from the Elders trip.
She built a new one or moved to a new one, did she?
I don't know,
It was on the news, that she moved up the street.
Really? Oh, okay,
A bigger place. Oh, no, that was-
okay.
I was lost.
All right, well, this is gonna be a short meeting unless anybody else has anything to bring up.
Malia,
Good, what? I was almost done.
sorry. So kind of in just a thought, and I've been thinking about this before now, in regards to what Chief Hill was talking about the language.
Yes,
Annette, are you there?
Annette is.
Ma'am.
I don't know why we couldn't have like a word of the month, Creek word of the month or something, just to kind of, some of the real commonly used words to do at our community meeting. No dirty words though, Annette. Just a thought.
Okay, we'll put that down. Sounds like a good idea. All right, anything else? Okay, under announcements, I just want to announce that there is some yes, ma'am.
I was wondering, all the other communities have a nutrition center, why doesn't she go there?
We really don't have the space, and it's kind of it's a very in-depth program, and we just really don't have the space downstairs to actually have one. We had thought about it many years ago, and then we just decided not to do it.
Isn't there part of the smoke shop building back part?
That belongs to gaming now. Yeah, it belongs to gaming.
So then, Creek Nation doesn't fund
No.
for nutrition centers to do?
That would be something we'd have to talk to Creek Nation about. I mean, we honestly don't, here on what we own, we don't have the space for it. They would probably have to find their own land to put it on.
There's not enough room below.
No, there's really not, no. Because they have a lot of rules and regulations that we have to abide by. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of elderly in this area. I know I go to follow much down there,
Mm-hmm.
and when any of the other communities on medical appointments or anything, I go to their community to see.
Right, right. Yeah, it is a very good program.
Speaking of that, the elder lunch program that we have here, is it going to anytime soon?
We are still in the process of trying to find somebody that is going to be willing to take that on as far as cooking and, they'd have to buy the groceries, people to help. That's what we're still looking at. So, if anybody wants to step up and try to take that on, we would be willing to look at the process again. But we're hoping we can get this thing started back up, maybe it may be like more towards the springtime after we get out of this cold and snap and everything. So the weather will be a little bit better for everybody. But I'll write it all down so we can bring it up in our meeting. All right, is there anything else?
Lily Hill called before the meeting and I didn't exactly get, it's Alexander Yargy, didn't know if it was her son or her brother. But he's in the hospital in Tulsa and she'd appreciate your prayers for him. That's Lily's.
It's her son.
Is it her son?
Mm. Yeah, I think we still have several members, you know, that we need to pray for as far as their health and just, you know, everything. Everybody needs prayers right now, you know, where everybody's going through a lot. Another thing is we need to try to update our files. The election board is trying to work on that and get things together. So there is forms back there to update your files. And then you can just drop them off up here to Denise or Scott. Oh, I see Mr. Proctor walked in just in time. Yes, sir. Yes.
There, if you guys know anybody else that may need to update, other members that don't attend or whatever, they need to do that.
Okay. Did you hear that? If you can kind of get the word out, you know, to your other family members that they need to come in and update their file, then we'd appreciate it. We have Mr. Proctor in the house. Would you like to come up and say a few words before we adjourn?
Oh, okay, I won't be long then. Sorry I was late. Good evening, everybody. Sorry I was late. We have our first meeting for the new year tomorrow. It's our LNC. Basically, we're going to go over the inventory list for the roads, for the routes. And I was just looking at that. We do have several areas that they're going to go through in McIntosh and for the roadways. And there was one that was they're going to do some parking lots in a couple of schools here. And I know Shakota had notified me about doing something over here. So hopefully we can get that added to the program also. But there are several counties that we have a memorandum of understanding that we have to file with a certain county or every county that we work in. And basically what we're doing now is updating our list, and it is a substantial list, and it takes several years to get a lot of these roads looked at and everything. But I know we have to approve these every year. Anyway, that was all I was going to announce for that. Anybody have any questions about anything?
Danica,
Go ahead.
Danica had wanted to mention
Yes.
something. Why don't you tell him what your idea is for that Fountainhead property?
Okay, I want to say sometime last year, we were all talking about the Fountainhead property, and someone had made a great suggestion about doing something kind of like a Great Wolf Lodge. That's you basically going to open the lodge back up as a lodge, but it has like an indoor water park type situation, and you can also go out to the lake and look at the lake or whatever. But that would bring plenty of business through there. Just bring the lodge back.
Yes, I think that's kind of been thrown around, been talked about here recently. And it's a great idea. I know we've kind of talked about that anywhere near there, especially between Chakota and Eufaula, and that's a great place to start with that. But I know it's kind of been discussed, and I know they're looking at it a little bit more now, the gaming board, and hopefully that something will come up with like that. But that is a great suggestion.
I have a question also though. For that property though, in my understanding, we are not allowed to put a casino, any type of gaming on it, right?
I believe it did get put in trust, but when they went through the kind of looked at everything and how it would be, they said they probably wouldn't bring much business, but I think they're looking at it again. But I think they were at one time looking into it.
Because if we were to be able to put a casino there along with a lodge, that would get a lot of money.
I mean, I'm with you on that. I totally agree. So hopefully that'll get more discussion and see what we can come up with that. But yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, any
It
other
would-
questions?
Do we have any
It would just,
update on the slum help project?
They have a new tribal construction director, and we have yet to speak with him. yet,
Okay.
so hopefully we can get that going too. Yes, did you have a question?
I was just gonna say, we kind of need, we always hear about Okmulgee, but we'd really like some kind of an economic engine here in our area. You know, so I really like what Danica said and hope they really seriously consider it. Even though we love Okmulgee, it's not the only place in the nation.
You are
And I know
correct.
you know that. I'm preaching to the choir.
I agree with you, and believe me, we do bring up this area a lot, and we do have a lot to offer around here, that's for sure.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I have a question or suggestion.
Yes,
Have they ever thought about, I know we've got the housing over here, but have they ever thought about possibly fixing just a elderly or senior citizen communities, just even a little cul-de-sac of some sort? So we can help with services.
Mhm.
seniors?
Yeah, I know, I understand what you're saying. They've been asking about if there's, could be any elderly housing around this area. I know they've built another addition there in Okmulgee. It's just like you said, there's more than just Okmulgee. I brought up Eufaula, and I brought up this area too, and every time that happens, another year, 4 years come by and the new director comes in. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that too. We do need one here, and every major city that we have in our nation that it would benefit.
Who do we need to talk to get it going?
You know, some kind of proposal, I can discuss that with our housing director, and hopefully we can, and we'd have to get a lot of federal funds for that also. All right, thank you. Anyone else? Yes.
Have they finished the ones in Okmulgee yet?
No, they're still working on it. Yeah, they're in probably the latter phases of that. All right, that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, if there's no more anything left, we can get a benediction, and I do appreciate everybody coming out tonight. It's good to see everybody again. If I can get a benediction, and then we'll get a motion and a second to adjourn. Would somebody like to give us a benediction for tonight? Okay, thank you.
Thank you for this day and business for this community, Lord, and I pray for the new blessings that you put on this community, Lord, and we continue with that, Lord. We're thankful for what you do for us. And we come back again next month and be able to all get back together again. That's all we just pray. Amen.
Amen. Can I get a motion and a second for adjourn?
I'll second.
Can I have a, all in favor? Thank you. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned at meeting adjourned at 6:48.